I'm Bill Snodgrass, and so welcome to this episode. If you have come with the expectation that this opening will be deeply profound, you will be sorely disappointed. But welcome to the episode all the same. Thanks for being here. It is lunchtime, and I'm therefore going to eat lunch. I am trying to get myself situated at my desk. Better. I have two anecdotes. One is a student story, and one is a Facebook story. I just got poked by a person whose name I will obscure. I do not know what poking on Facebook means. It seems like a very rude behavior. And I can tell you that in the history of my Facebook account, I have never intentionally poked anyone. It seems like that would be an unkind. Who wants to be poked? Why is that even a thing? Why Facebook? Why person who poked me? Would you think I want to be poked? I've never actually intentionally waved at anyone either. That's one story. That's the poking story. I had a student this morning. I got a video. He said I could take video of it. I walked up and I was like, "What happened?" He's got a scratch on his face. Oh, what was that? It looks like a cat. He goes, "No, not my cat. Was your dog?" No, he goes, "It was my bunny rabbit. My bunny rabbit scratched me on the face." Apparently bunnies have very sharp claws. I checked this with one of my sons. He said, in fact, bunnies have very dangerous sharp claws. Apparently Monty Python was onto something with that whole Vorpal rabbit thing.
That rabbit's got a vicious streak a mile wide. It's a killer.
And the holy hand grenade. My third period class finished their work a little bit before the lunch bell, so there was some conversation that may not have actually been part of the course curriculum, and it involved Southern people who speak with a Southern accent. James went in. Jeff Foxworthy is a great Southern comedian. Jeff Foxworthy. I just spilled tea on myself. I have cracker crumbs on myself. This is the way I start my lunch. So, anyway, this episode will take a turn at some point. All right, I'm going to bring this segment to a close just about now. All right. Is parent conference done. I got to go to the grocery store. So, there is that to be done. All right, this... There probably will be like a meaningful moment eventually in this episode. I just have no idea what it's going to be. And it's not going to be today. But I'm going to wrap this segment up by saying a lot of the outcomes of these parent conferences was there is effort and there is outcome. And if you do the effort, if you do the work, if you do the assignments, the outcome is a good thing. If you don't do the effort, there is no outcome, which is a bad thing. That's what I want to say about conferences. And a lot of my students are doing really well. Like they have, A's and B's, and they have parents that wanted to talk about their A's and their B's. So it's been a good process, a long process. It's definitely time to go to the grocery store and get whatever it is my wife texted me to get. I will see you in the next segment. All right, I've made it to Friday. So we had our conference thing last night. And at one point, we had a little break. I went and got some refreshments, had some soup and some cookies and some bread and water. So after I finished my water, this happened. And I put that on my Facebook story and Snapchat, and it's like, oh my gosh, everybody liked it. So, you know, you can have the most wise comments in the world and everybody will ignore you. But if you can throw a water bottle into a garbage can, coffee. Whew. What is today going to be like? Today is going to be a tired day. One of my colleagues, we had our training on Wednesday. It was a long day of training, and we were going in the car, and we ran cross paths. I was like, man, it's going to be it's a long day. And he goes, wait till Friday. We're going to be exhausted. Because most people were here until 7:45 or 8 o'clock last night, and it is now 7:07 on a Friday. As I was making the coffee, sort of an interesting epiphany, and it's related to the garbage can shot. Why does society gravitate towards trivial things like throwing a water bottle into the garbage can and avoid things that have the potential to really change them? And I'm not trying to inflate the value of the words that come out of my mouth and the images that I post on YouTube. And here's what I think the answer is. We avoid things that are uncomfortable. It's in psychology they call it the pleasure pain principle. This is one of my favorite things to teach in psychology, because it's like, who didn't know that? Oh, I didn't know it had a name. The pleasure pain principle says you repeat things that are pleasurable and you avoid things that are painful. Mind blown. Somebody got a PhD for that somewhere. I don't know. I should probably research that. I've been telling this story for 15, 20 years, so I should probably research actually who invented that. And maybe nobody invented it because it's so common sense. But we avoid things that are painful, and change, for the most part, for most people, we don't look at change and go, yeah, I would like to work really hard to make myself different from what I've become comfortable with. I'm really comfortable with being this way. And the physical example sometimes, because you can visualize the physical. You know, I've worked really hard to become a couch potato, and I know going to the gym is going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to have to be around people I don't know. I'm going to have to do stuff with my arms that I haven't done. No, actually, if you're thinking that I'm going to announce that I'm getting a gym membership, you are utterly wrong. But it's a good physical example. We don't want to work through the painful stuff to make the change. So, back to the YouTube video. We numb our minds with fail videos and skateboarding videos and adventure videos and people jumping off of ramps and people throwing water bottles over their head backwards, because those entertain us and do not challenge us to become different. Now, sometimes they will inspire us in a little bit of a different way. Is, let's just say, wow, I should make a video throwing water bottles in the trash can. And someone will do that, not because they saw my video, but because they saw, like Dude Perfect, where they're doing trick shots throughout the whole video that are absolutely amazing. That is what I was thinking about in the last 15 minutes and sharing with you, as I do. I get these thoughts in my head, they spew out my mouth into the camera and end up on YouTube. Speaking of my mouth, going in and going in. Guess what? Lunchtime. Lunch time. Crackers and Nutri-Grain today. Peanut butter toasty peanut. It's made by elves in a hollow tree. I've got one more little thought for this episode, and that thought is, sometimes it's worth doing things that are hard in order to get that outcome that you're going for. Sometimes it's worth doing things that are not necessarily easy. For example, suppose you wanted to take a picture of yourself doing something with both hands, and suppose you didn't have a tripod, but you wanted that outcome. You wanted to push through the barriers and get to the outcome of being able to video yourself using both hands. You might have to. You might end up with a video that looks like this. No, obviously no tripod because the camera's moving, and obviously no hands because she's got both hands. I have permission to use this video. I had to actually get her to send the video to me. She held the camera with her feet. I'm thinking, this is awesome. This is the opposite of finding the easy route. This is the opposite of avoiding the difficult, because this is going to the extra effort to get what it is you're trying to get. And seriously, kudos to her. I mean, she wanted that shot and she figured out how to get it, and then somehow was able to hold the phone with her feet. I did not ask her if she had opposing toes or anything to hold the camera with, but seriously, this is how I'm making a lot out of this, because I think it's such a cool. First of all, it's a cool video. And the idea that she held it with her feet, so it makes it into a metaphor of accomplishment. You do what you got to do what you're trying to do. You go to the efforts that you have to go through to get to the outcome that you're trying to get to. Sometimes it's hard work. Sometimes changing ourselves is hard work. Sometimes making a change in ourselves is hard work. Sometimes you got to do the hard work to get the good outcome. That seems like a soundbite. That we can go out on. I could never repeat it. I'll try another version. You got to do what you got to do to get what you want to get. That's easier soundbite. You got to do what you want to do to get what you want to get. Thanks for watching. Hope this episode was fun. It was fun for me. I hope maybe you learned something. And that's all I got for this one. Sign up for notifications, subscribe to the channel, click the like button. I will see you in the next episode.